So for my whole trip, I was longing for some love and sexiness and affection and attention. And I mean, I got some of that, but um, all of it was either unwanted or it was like half-ass. So, and the funny thing is that I was on my way. I was on the airport, and this guy shows up, and I didn't want to. I noticed him because he was the tallest person in the whole hallway, the whole queue. But I didn't want to, by accident, flirt with somebody because that brought me in trouble before. So I just looked away as quickly as possible. And then when I had checked in, he turned the corner and he said my name. And I was like, who's this guy? So it took me a while to remember who he was, because he was a connection of one of my sisters and my dad, and we just briefly interacted about business through this online business platform. So, and it was funny that like we were chatting like the whole way until we had to board, and we had a good time. But and I mean he's like the way he looks is like, and his presence is my kind of guy, my type. But I didn't think he was interested in me, and I actually wasn't really interested in him because I don't know, it just felt like he had like guru vibes, and or like master, and I don't know how you call it, like somebody's following the master. So that's not like hot or sexy vibes. That's just, I don't know, strange. So but we just had like a good connection, and no chemistry yet or there. But he said like, when I enter the plane, let me see if I can create some space and we can keep sitting together, because we were just having good conversations. And I was in the front of the plane, he was in the back of the plane, so I put my stuff in the front and he went to the back. And but he couldn't create room, but I did. In a full freaking plane, I orchestrated, or I don't know, it just felt orchestrated, like two seats right next to each other, and then beside us was this super cool woman that we also hit it off with, like in a friendly way. And so connection turned for me into chemistry when we were talking about my sister and I was crying. And then like this big, huge dude, like tall guy, put his arm around me, and I don't know, it just felt good. I felt comforted. And normally I'm the one that is comforting people, not necessarily by holding them. And then he said, drink some water and stuff like, I don't know. It was just nice. I just wanted to stay there. But of course, that would maybe look weird. So he took his arm back, and I was sad. So I thought, how can I continue this thing? So I slowly put my head on his shoulder and wrapped my arm in his arm and hoped for the best, that he wouldn't reject this action. And he didn't. So that was cool. No, instead he put his hand on my leg and rubbed my leg with his thumb, like comforting me even more. So that was nice. So to make a long story short, there was a whole lot of going back and forward, and like legs intertwining, and looks being exchanged, and then like after him looking at me like 5 times and me also reading this poem, something else happened. The first poem that I wrote, inspired by him, something else and something more happened. And let me tell you about it. Tall, dark, and handsome. I saw him standing in line, and we really hit it off. Connection, chemistry, and some magic was involved. He's not the one though, because I just learned that Mr. Right now doesn't even exist. It seems to be something fabricated, or at least based on external things, and doesn't match with what comes from within. I've learned that it should be more about finding a soulmate and connect on a different level, lifting each other up in a way that is out of this world. It's about high vibrations and yummy sensations. Maybe it's one person missing his plane and the other one's flight being delayed, having deep conversations about love and life while queuing up to let our hand luggage be x-rayed, finding ways to sit together and embracing one another, and being comforted when sad. I guess it could also be something else, but whatever it is, I really like it. What I'm experiencing right now is what I wanted, and I'm so enjoying this because it's just perfect.